Good evening, everyone. It's February 1st, it's Saturday here. I'm in Estonia. And today I want to cover when you should know how to sell a stock and when it should happen. Okay, so firstly, knowing when to sell a stock often I think is more difficult than knowing when to buy the stock. Because the sell point is when you actually make the profit, at least in theory. So in this case, there's going to be 5 cases in which we should sell the stock. The first one is the reason that you bought the stock no longer applies. The second one is the company is being acquired. The third one is that you need the money now. The fourth one is that you have to rebalance your portfolio. And the fifth one is that you simply see a better opportunity to invest elsewhere. Okay, number one, the reason you bought the stock no longer applies. This could be any number of reasons that you could be in this situation. There's something known as the investment thesis, and this basically states that you have to go back to the first place that you bought the stock if you're unsure of whether to keep it or not, and if this reason still presently applies. Because when you buy it initially, it may be for a different reason than if you're still holding it. And oftentimes too, it's fundamental that you understand there are legitimate reasons too in these cases, such as the company market share is falling or new regulations have made it more difficult for a company in this particular industry. And this is valid enough reason to go ahead and sell. The next one is that the company is being acquired. A company acquisition has a huge impact on the price of the stock. And it's not just the acquisition, it's how it's acquired. Is it acquired in cash, stock, or both cash and stock combined? Typically, if a company is acquired in cash, the price that it's acquired at will closely mirror what the stock price becomes. So if a stock's acquired for $145 a share, most likely that stock will eventually float to between 140 to 145 a share if it's acquired in cash. Now, if it's acquired in stock or a combination, it can vary quite a bit. And in this case, it's much more difficult to calculate. But if it is acquired in stock, this company being acquired is very knowledgeable that this company is probably going to be around. So it's a pretty safe bet to hold on to the stock. Now, when the acquisition does occur, it's a great time to sell. And especially if a stock is acquired in cash, because when the company's acquired, often it will double, triple, or quadruple the price. So it's a phenomenal time to sell. Now, the next reason on selling a stock is that you simply need the money and you need it soon. People have different ambitions, they have different needs and goals with their financial benchmarks, and people sometimes might need a down payment on a house, or a person might have to pay tuition for their son or daughter to go to university, or any number of reasons. Someone simply needs the cash now, or they want transferred into another stock, and this is a valid reason also to sell. Now, the next one is that you have to rebalance your portfolio. This often is the case if people are over invested in one stock. And also another possibility is that someone bought into a stock that's actually increased a lot in value. That's maybe tripled, quadrupled, and it becomes a larger percentage of the value of their account. And so if they bought that stock as a 10% investment in their portfolio, but eventually the stock goes up and becomes like 30% of their portfolio, then they may sell a percentage of that stock to for the capital gain to rebalance that portfolio and maybe reduce their position back to like 10 or 15% and take the remainder and invest in another stock. that's a very good reason. And also simply to reduce the exposure of the account. And there's a rule of thumb often. As people get older in retirement age, you typically subtract 110 minus your age. So in my case, I'm 27. 110 minus 27, and that's the percentage that you should hold in stocks, and the other percentage in other investment vehicles. So if someone's 50 years old, it's 110 minus 50. In that case, that's like 60% in stocks and the other 40% in a different financial area. So the next one and the last one is that you simply see a better opportunity to invest elsewhere. And this could be in either another stock, in a real estate, and something completely different. It really depends on the person and the personal needs here. But this is another valid reason on when to pull out. But like anything, just be aware of what is most important for your needs, and also seek some financial counsel if necessary, because it's often easy to oversell or overbuy in the stock market, and often people that overbuy long term actually lose more than gain. So just be aware of what stocks you're trading and how you're doing it.